Good morning and a very warm welcome to session number 697 of Empowering Morning Conversations. So let's have another wonderful day, wonderful insights, and let's not forget that we are wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary people. And we come here every morning so that we can have a life of ease and joy and glory. And we can shift out of our default mode and get into the create mode. We can stop complaining about our life and every complaint into an intention and get into action rather than wasting our time. Okay, so we are going to have a wonderful session. Let me have the delight of welcoming Mr. Abhinav Mathur, who is going to be the 7-minute speaker for this morning. Abhinav is an old friend, and very, very warm welcome to you, Abhinav.
Morning, everyone. Today I wanted to share with you how I used to relate to my country when I was younger. And I remember, see, when I say younger, I remember things from when I was like 4 and 5 years old. So our country was a country which was, uh, I thought, you know, which doesn't matter. A country which had no future, a country which was dependent on others for everything, for food, for there was nothing great about our country. We were always losing in everything, including cricket. And I used to think that I wish I was born in some other country. So that is how I used to relate to our country. And I think the first moment of victory which I experienced with regard to a country was in 1983. I still remember that cricket match, which in the World Cup, which India won, and I remember watching the whole match right from the day, from the first ball till the end ball, and it was like unbelievable that India can beat the world in something. So that was one of the greatest moments of my life. If someone still asks me which is one of the greatest moments, I always say when India won the 1983 World Cup, and I watched the whole match with my own eyes. But slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly. Now today where we stand is that we are the fifth largest economy in the world in term in terms of the real value, in terms of our, if we add everything like the economy. But if you look at the value for the money, why? Because what $1 can buy in India and what $1 can buy in some other country will be different, which is called the purchasing power parity. So in purchasing power parity, we are already number three economy in the world in terms of what our money can buy in the world. The size of our the size of our middle class is is as big as the whole population of Europe and the whole population of uh, US, which is about 40 crores. So now when I look at my country, what I see is a very bright future. Uh, and there's a talk of India being the next world power. Already we relate to ourselves as a world power now. We consider us number three after US and China, the third biggest world power in the world, or third power world power in the making. But then another discussion is what kind of world power we Indians want to be. Do we want to dominate the world? Do we want to give loans to other countries like China and then take over the land, which China has done with many countries in the world? Do we want to be like US, which out of no reason, which just decides one day that they need to just attack a country and destroy, like they did with some countries? So do we want to be a world? Is it does powerful means dominating others? Does powerful means uh, 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 you know uh, making others life miserable? Is that what powerful means? Like we used to see the zamindars in the olden times as a country? No. I think for Indians, being powerful means a country which can make a big difference. So I was very happy when when India was one of the first countries to reach Turkey. in their times of need. And there was a discussion going on in India that whether we should help Turkey or not, because on the Kashmir issue they have always supported the Pakistan. So many people said let them suffer. But I believe, and thank God the government of India believed that we have to stand. Being a strong and powerful means a country which can make a difference, a country which can support others in their times of need. That is what India did in case of Turkey. And even I'm someone who believes, and I'm sure many Indians with me will believe that even if Pakistan, because now what we are looking at is that Pakistan is in a bad shape and they need food. When a child is born, that child doesn't need what is Indian, what is Kashmiri, what is Pakistan. And then as a country, we should do good karma. So even if I think we should go and help them with their foods. Yes, in case they attack us, then we should fight with them and defeat them. But as a country, we have to do a good karma, and we have to, like we did in the times of COVID, we helped many countries with COVID. We gave them free. We gave free food to. We are sending again free food to Afghanistan. So same thing we should do even with Pakistan, and we should very clearly define to the world that being powerful for India means supporting other countries, and not like dominating them, supporting them like a family member. That is what being powerful means. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Vinay. It's really great to think about how we have grown and how we are doing. So in fact, in 2023, India is anchoring the G20. So the presidency of G20 is done by India this year. So that in all means India has been growing well. So each and every one of us also contributing for that. And obviously when we are, each individual, we are doing good and the whole country also does good. So that's great. Thank you, Abhinavji, to bring this up. So today, let's also talk about one more thing. So as we all say in EMC, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So that's the access consciousness mantra we use. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So today I would like to talk about words. So what's the significance of words? What do you think about it when I say words?
Words have energy.
Yes, words have energy. That's right.
So
The word in life, it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, words make a lot of difference in life.
yeah, convey. It's a communication. We convey our thoughts to others by words.
Yes, so we communicate, we convey, and interact with people through words. Yes, Vipinji.
The words are live and they travel, they live with us. Once they are born, they don't go away. And you keep on talking to them, they keep on empowering you, they keep on putting you down. They come with different faces to you. So very careful one should be while choosing a word, while giving birth to a word basically, because the language and the spellings may be same. But when they are born through you, the intensity, intention, voice note, and thought process all are engaged with that word through you. So each word is different when it comes to a different person.
That's right. Yeah. So words live. Yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
words means words gives languages, and words give communication, and words make actually our species different from all other species. We believe other languages also, other animals also, like dolphins and all, have some language of their own in animal kingdom. But what makes the difference is we give our language, our words give us culture. And one thing is all men must be proud that we have words which make a father is specified only by language, because in any animal kingdom or anywhere where there is no language, there is only mother, there is no father. Unless mother and society say you are father is not there. So entire this manliness and humanity is based on words. You must be thankful that someone identifies us by the words. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that's the power of words. Yeah. Anyone else? So as we all,
The way you express your words is very important.
yes,
Something you say with sarcasm is not good. That same
Absolutely.
thing you say with love, it makes all the difference.
yes,
So the
absolutely.
way you use your words makes all the difference in your language.
So yeah, what words you use is important, and more important is how do you use that?
How you use.
Yeah, that's right. So all of us understand that the importance of words, the significance of words. So we have to be very careful in choosing and using the right words, which really creates energy, which really creates life, which creates harmony or disharmony, empowerment or disempowerment, depending upon what kind of words we use. So what are the guidelines we can have in using the words? So some of the quick guidelines, what I gathered. So let's go through that. So make the words work, right? Choose the words which works for us. So there are, for a given situation, there are multiple words we can use. But what is more appropriate for a given situation is what we can choose. So we have that flexibility, that variety of words. So this is where knowing more about the words really helps us to use the appropriate one. And no name calling or self-criticism. So if you find something, some particular action or particular deed done by somebody else or by your own, instead of criticizing, oh, I am bad, or that person is evil, so instead of that, we can describe what exactly happened. Oh, this is what has happened, this is the impact, this is how I feel. So instead of saying that, instead of saying that, oh, you are a thief or you are a stupid, instead of that, you can say, what you have done, this is how I feel. And because nobody is stupid, nobody is bad, nobody is evil. It's only the circumstances makes them to do certain things. But if it is pointed out correctly, they will change. Similarly for us, if I made a mistake, I don't need to call myself I am bad. I can say, oh, this is what has happened. Okay, let me change. Stop all self-deprecation. So just to make fun or just to be more funny or in different situations, we basically put us down. So don't do that, right? In whatever the situation, there is no need or no point in putting myself down. Oh, I am like this only. I am so bad in this, right? So that is not required to be done. Because once you start doing that, the system listens to that and it starts going into that negative spiral. Resist gossiping and speaking ill of others. This is very, very important. By default, in the default mode, we all get into this, start talking bad about somebody else. So that doesn't help us at all. It puts us down clearly. And the other person also. Go on a negativity diet. So basically, for sometimes explicitly choose not to use any negative words. So we can do that because we are used to so much in life, it comes automatically. But if you are conscious and say that, okay, next 2 days, I am going to be in negativity diet. I will not use any negative words. boost the positive energy of words. So when the positive words are being used, there is energy. So feel that energy and boost it. If you have some negative Nancy's, basically the negative people in your circle of friends, reduce interaction with them. You may not be able to completely avoid them, but reduce the interaction. Surround yourself with positive and uplifting words. Your own, the way you speak, the way you listen to the words, whatever you listen to also. You are listening to songs, you are listening to lectures. So use the positive and uplifting kind of words and sentences. And the last one, avoid some words. They have some kind of not a great connotation. So we will look at what are those words. So Bruce Lee says, don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Very interesting. So when you spell the word, it casts spell on you. So use the right words, not use positive words, not negative words. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Okay, so these are the words. So what do you see by looking at these words? What's your thoughts? Yeah. Yes, Vipin.
Why is a very important word to me. Asking why is the property of human mind, and one should always ask why. You should not be afraid. It gives you answer, let you on a discovery road. So why is a positive word?
Okay. What about other words?
So I thought one word, one person. So I thought about why only.
Sure.
I didn't think about other words. I thought I should say about one word and somebody else.
Sure. Yeah. Good point. Yes. Why is very important, because in many places we solve some of the problems, we come out with new insights by asking why. Okay. That is one aspect of it. Anybody else? So why has not two aspects. One is like Vipinji said, that asking why is very important. Why do I exist? Why does it happen? So that you understand the basic principles. But it also has negative connotation. So if something happens in your life, oh, why does it happen to me only? Why me? Right? Those are all not going to help at all. Asking questions in those situations as why is going to put you into the same status in your loop. It doesn't allow you to come out of that. So like Albert Einstein said, if you are in the same level as the problem, you will not be able to solve it. You have to move out of that level and look at from the different level. So if you ask the why, you may not be able to move out because there is no answer. So why does it happen to me? Why am I like this? There is no easy answer. So instead, we can say, what can I do? How can I do? What's going on? Right? So if you ask those questions, it will take you out of the current situation. It can put you into different level, then you can solve the problem. So why has both the things? So these words, when I say don't use these words, that doesn't mean that you never use it. Don't use it on a regular basis. There are situations you have to use some of these words, and particularly why. So there are ways of solving the problem. Ask why 5 times, you will get the answers, the appropriate answers. But then asking why in your life situation is going to put you into stuck mode. So don't ask why in your life situation. Instead, ask what, why, what, how, when. The next word is try. So try means what? You are going to do it or not do it. Try is an excuse word. because you don't want to give an answer to somebody that whether you will do it or not do it, because rightfully, because if you say you commit, you do it, then you are worried that they will follow up and there is a burden on you, right? So you also don't want to say no because they are in need and I don't want to say no. So this try word is the easy one to say, yeah, I'll try to do it. But then you are not going to do it at all. So rather, if you are in really very tough situation, then you can say, let me think about it and come back to you, right? And then come back and say either you are going to do it or not do it. So try to do it is very, very vague and it creates so much of tension and uncertainty and problem for both the sides. Yes, Vipan.
Yes, you're very right. Try is something very fishy, and we normally say, imagine the aeroplane is trying to land. How risky it is. It is sure to land or it is not going to land is okay. It is trying to land is very risky.
Exactly. Yeah.
So whenever someone say I'll try it, I say either this side or that side. Try is something that's putting everyone into trouble.
Yeah. So sometimes you say try because you want to do it, but you also know that you may not be able to do it. You may start and then stop it. But it is okay. You can say I will do it. Then after that you try, not try. After that you do it. And if it is not able to, it is not possible, then you can come back. So see, I did it, but I could not proceed. Let me stop.
Again comes to the power of choice of word.
Yes. Yes, Venkateshji. Thank you. Thank you.
But I think is a very beautiful word. But according to me is when it is negative, it is giving a positive thought. But there is this saying, not everything is negative. And when it is positive, you always take into consider little negative points also. But this is also there. But is something is a balancer. But is a very beautiful benefit of doubt word. Like you give the benefit of whatever is in the opposition side. Be judge, be balanced. But
Right.
Is a way of thinking.
Okay, sure.
Always, yeah.
You can say, you are, so as you rightly said, we are using the word but to balance both the sides.
Yes.
But you can also balance without using but. So what is the problem with but? You say a particular thing, this is beautiful, but for this one small thing. So whatever the beauty, 90% beautiful you said, that 10% is not so good, that 90% impact is gone. This is beautiful, but for this, the whole effort is gone actually. While technically what you are saying is correct, but energetically, it takes away whatever the appreciation you have done in the first part. So that's the impact of but. While technically it is correct, but when we are, see now again I'm using but. So while technically it is correct, it is not correct from the energetic and interaction and people point of view. It is not at all good. You can use that. You can use to the people and see, oh, you are great. I observed that you are really good at this particular thing. But for this, then whatever that happiness you brought in, whatever the appreciation you brought in is gone. So it's actually very good not to use but. Use in two different sentences or multiple sentences if you want to convey a certain thing. Let's say you want to appreciate the whole thing and there is something which is not so good. So you appreciate that 90-95%, and then separately you can say, and instead of but you can use and. I like this, you are great, and I also observed that this particular thing is not good. Then the whole energy goes to the people. That yeah, he appreciated. He also mentioned that there is something to be improved. But the moment you use but, whatever the initial part of appreciation goes away, completely goes away. Yes, Savitri.
Sir, amazing discussion. For me, I want to share with you some of the realizations with interactions.
Yeah.
After learning all the great stuff now, we also start to speak to people and show something like this, that, and all. The parental but comes, no? That is the starting point of, it's my own observation and interaction. It could be wrong also. But my observation is the excuse starts with the word but.
Correct.
I know, oh, this is right thing to do, but I'm in this situation. I'm in this situation.
Yeah, you are undoing the whole thing, whatever you have done.
Yeah. That is, we are opening up another topic, undoing. What realization I got was that knowing stops there. If you know, you should do. But knowing, but then judgment comes.
Correct.
So
Correct.
something is opening up. Thanks, Ramaj.
Yeah. So yeah, you experience it. You see when you are talking, you can see the reaction from the other person. That is so powerful. This word is so powerful. You can clearly see that when you start saying that this is good, you can see the brightness in the other person. The moment you say but, it just goes down. It saps the energy. You can see. Yes, Ashok.
But and try. But and try.
Yes, sir.
Both are sophisticated ways of saying no.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right. Yeah. You are right. Very convoluted and roundabout way of saying no. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashok. But we can not. But again, I'm starting. Actually, we can put it in a straightforward way because we all understand. Yes.
Sir, it actually depends upon when and how you are using. Even for the try, if somebody is demotivated, down, you motivate him by saying, give it a try. So there it is a very positive word because he is not thinking about anything. When you are using it for yourself and commitment, then it is negative. But when you are motivating others, try is also positive. And
we can, yeah, that's right. You are right. But we can also use other words. Get started, let's see. Right? Instead of saying try, you say get started.
Okay, right.
Let us do it.
Yeah, because the impact will be diluted when you say try, right?
Yeah, so there are alternate words also which are either equivalent or better than that as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that never use these words. I'm saying in our regular day-to-day interactions, using other words are much more powerful than some of these words. That's the point. Yes, Chaturvedi. Yes, sir.
There's another share my thought on but.
Yeah.
If we use but with before the likable qualities, then the meaning is different and it is positive. Like the salt in food may not be enough, is less, but food is very tasty. The boy, the bridegroom, is not rich, but he is very honest. So if we use but, we use it before the likable quality. Then
yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely the impact is much better. But again, I'm using but. So there is other way also. You're right. Instead of using the positive things first and then saying negative things after but is really bad. But the way you can use this, first you put the negative and then say but and then say the positive. Yes. That is much better. But
that will always highlight the better quality of a person.
Yes, that's a good thing.
And
yes, sir.
A second point, the word try. Sometimes we forget that we are not that time worthy of using the word try, like the Arthur Ashe, the famous legendary player of America. who was won many times Wimbledon and Grand Slam. He was dying of cancer. There was so much of pain, and his many fans, they came to him and asked, okay, why the God has given this pain to you? You are such a legend. Why God has chosen to give this pain to you? So he said that about few lakhs people in America, they want to play tennis, and few thousand they come for a coach, and few hundreds they come to a circuit, and out of some about 50 or 54% they go outside. 4 came in final. Sorry, 4 came in semi-final and 2 came in finals. And when I was having the cup in my hand, I never asked the God, why me? So I have no moral authority to ask now, why me? That is also explains that we always is not worthy to ask why.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's really very powerful. So in the case of but, what you said, tell the negative first and then positive next. We can also split into 2 different things. There is no need to combine both the sentences and use but. We can.
Yes.
There are possibilities to avoid but completely. But yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Right. The next 2 words, need and want. So need and want, mostly lack of it. So when you say I need, it's like, you never going to get satisfied. So instead, the word we all know, what we heard from Sukhdeepak sir, desire is what we can use. Instead of need and want, we can use desire. Otherwise, it keeps showing up the lack of what we have. So telling that, oh, I don't have, give me, instead I desire to have that. So we can use desire instead of need and want. And never. So there's nothing like never, right? So never say never. So that's the thing. So because there is nothing like, never, this is never going to happen. Things can happen in different ways. So these are the words we can avoid in our day-to-day things, and it can really sap the energy. It can really cut the communication. It can really reduce the effectiveness of it. There are other alternatives which we can use. Yes, Ratan.
There is an exception to use the word never, like saying never give up.
Yeah.
It's an exception.
Yeah, of course. See, all these words, we are not saying that you eliminate from dictionary. On a day-to-day life, don't use it. There are specific instances we can use of it. That's right. So we have seen the examples, why and but, how it really, spoils the whole thing. That's the point. So that's about it. Yes, welcome.
So something about never, like I will never do it again. So it's a strong commitment. But what is the replacement word for never in such sentence? I don't have to use never. It's a very strong commitment when I say I will never do it.
Simply, yes, sir. You can simply say I will not do it.
Okay.
You don't need to say I will never do it. I will say I will not do it.
Okay.
Yes, Kunanji.
Very good morning, sir, and all. I think it's a great reminder about the important words. What is coming to me is how do we speak? Like usage of words, but how do we convey like our tonality and the pitch, the accent? It also matters, isn't it? Like same word can be spoken.
It matters much more than the words.
Right, sir.
So basically, the words matter, and how you use the words matter much more than what words you use. Actually, the third level is who you are, how you are being matters most, even more than how you are using it. What words you are using, how you are using, who you are. That's most important. Who you are being, in what state of being you are in. So once you are in the higher level of energy, automatically you will use the words very nicely. So there are 3 levels. So we start with the basic level of what words to use, but how to use is another thing. And another level is who you are being.
Right, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Now we will get started with Shairis. And then we will do a small meditation before we close.
शायरी जो मुझे याद आ रही जनाब, लेट मी स्टार्ट. ओके, कुलदीप सर, आपकी तवज्जो चाहूंगा कि अल्फाज ही सब कुछ हैं, संभल कर बोला करो. अल्फाज ही सब कुछ हैं, संभल कर बोला करो. दिल जीत भी लेते हैं और दिल चीर भी देते हैं. So words are everything. Be careful when you use. It can
बहुत अच्छा.
जी, it can win the hearts. Also, it can break the hearts or the emotions.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Back to
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Kuldeep.
कहते हैं कि हकीकत आज की है बस यही, हकीकत आज की है बस यही, सुन लिया तो सुलझ गए और सुना दिया तो उलझ गए. यानी कि the reality is that if we listen fully, then matter will be solved. And if we don't listen, only keep on speaking, then the matter will become worse.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, Vetri, Kasha, anything from you?
Thank you.
If not, let me say a Tirukural. It goes like this. Teenal suttapun ullarum arade navinal suttavadu. So what it means is, whatever happens, any wound happens externally, either by burning fire or by cut or whatever the way you get hurt, the wound easily heals very soon. But, not but, here I can also use but. So that the external wound easily heals very quickly. The words you use to hurt the people never heals. The words you use to hurt the people do not heal at all. So it is better to hurt somebody physically than hurting with the words. So that's the idea is not to hurt at all, but if at all you are hurting, physical hurt is easily healed compared to the verbal or the words, the hurt you created through emotions and verbal words. So that's the meaning of this one. Thank you. So now we will do meditation. Ratanji, would you please lead a meditation quickly for 5-10 minutes?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I just read something. A sage was walking along the river bank and he sees a body floating. And then he just things. When the breath or prana is in the body does not float. If I'm sorry, the body comes up because there is no prana. It's missing the vitality of life. So that's why it's floating. So the whole idea of our EMC and meditation is to be present with our prana. When the mind is absent, anything can happen. So let us do a small exercise. Sit straight, like Vetrival said in the beginning. Let us be calm and composed, and let, wherever possible, let the toes touch each other. Just the toes touch each other. Eyes slightly closed, and just before the fingers, I prefer to do the two middle fingers and the thumb have to be joined. That's one of the things I observed many people doing it. So let's start, and close your eyes and breathe normally with your eyes closed, and let all the good things come to you. The Lord is giving all the blessings all the time, 24/7, but we are resisting with our mind. Once the mind is open to receive, miracles happen every moment. So let's do it for 2 minutes. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Ratanji. So with that, let's close today's EMC. Again, we will start tomorrow with 7 o'clock India time. Thank you very much. Wish all